Hey guys, it's your girl Simply Lindsay P here. Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year, y'all. So today I just really wanted to talk about my goals for 2020 and hear from you guys about your goals for 2020. Really important to set your intentions for the next year, or just any goals that you have in life, even if it's not next year. If you're watching this video 6 months from now, you can still do this. I just think it provides a great opportunity for you to kind of take control of your life and really be purposeful about the things that you want to accomplish. I thought that this would be a great way for you guys to get to know me, and hopefully down in the comments I can get to know you. So let's jump right into it. I'll be sharing the items that are on my 2020 vision board, and yeah. So first thing, let's talk about why I do a vision board. I used to not do one. I used to just kind of write down my goals, which did help me, but my notebook, well, in college I didn't carry it all the time. It was something that I kind of kept in like my safe space or in my prayer space. And so I wrote down my goals, and I would find myself in like July, August, maybe in September, like, what happened to that? Girl, you said you wanted to do XYZ. We're 9 months into the year. Where's the progress? And so writing down my goals for me was a great way for me to assess what I really wanted, but it didn't really give me what I needed to take action on those things. So then I stumbled across vision boards, and at first I'm like, this is not gonna work. Like, this is silly. I am not about to spend time digging through magazines, you know, cutting stuff out and putting it on a board. That's not gonna work. Which, in full transparency, guys, I actually don't do my vision boards that way, because I find that for me they have to be very, very, very specific. And just buying a bunch of random magazines and finding pictures that I think are cute or quotes that I like but loosely correlate to what I'm trying to do don't always work. I need it to be personal. I need it to be what I have in my head to translate onto the paper. So what I'm going to try to do is actually post a copy of my vision board up here somewhere for you guys, so that way we're all looking at the same thing. So if it's not already there, hopefully it's coming, and if it's not, sorry, but I'm gonna talk through it anyway so you guys will kind of know. So first thing is how I make my vision boards. First thing that I do at the beginning of the year or towards the end of the year is I take time to really reflect on the previous year. I go in prayer, I ask God for wisdom. What does he want the next year of my life to look like, and what do I want the next year of my life to look like? So I really take time to meditate on these goals. I revise my vision boards maybe 2 or 3 times before I'm actually satisfied with it. So it's not just like a one-time process for me. This is, you know, takes some time, which is why you guys are getting the video a little bit later in the month. But I'm finally happy with it now. I think this is the one. So I take time and I write out what I want to accomplish. Last year was my first year really doing this, and I did a good job, but the things that I want to accomplish, and I kept that vision board, were more long-term goals. It was kind of like, what do I want now that I really sit down and look at it compared to the one I made this year? It was really like, okay, in the next 10 years, this is where your girls want to be. Like, it wasn't something that could happen in 12 months. So take heed and learn from me, guys. You want your vision board to be attainable. So if you have a 5-year plan, break down that plan and what do you want to happen for this year. All right, so let's get into how I do mine. So I actually make my vision board on PowerPoint or on Google Slides. I don't, first of all, it's free. And I can print it out at any time, and I can also carry it with me. So I really hope you guys can see this. I keep my vision board on my phone. So what I do is I take some time to research pictures or quotes or phrases, or I will literally type in exactly the words I wrote in my journal. I'll type that into a Google search or a Pinterest search. So for example, getting into the first one of my goals, the first one that I have, which is a huge one for me, is getting out of credit card debt. I don't know if I want to put my numbers out there, but I am in, your girl's in a decent amount of credit card debt. It's nothing unbearable, but it is burdensome to the point where, like, if I didn't have that credit card debt, my monthly cash flow would be pretty significant. And so on my debt-free journey, because I am on one, not just credit card debt, I want to be debt-free completely. This is the first major pressing thing for me, and it has been for about 3 years now. So I really want 2020 to be the year of intention, the year of vision, and for me to really make this happen. So what I did is I wrote, I want to pay off X amount of dollars by the end of the fourth quarter, December 2020. So I wrote, or getting out of debt, or paying off, let's say my credit card's debt $5,000, getting out of $5,000 of credit card debt in Google, and like the pictures that came up, I just picked what spoke to me. So that is one of my goals for 2020, and corresponding to that goal in getting out of debt is raising my credit score. By the end of the year, I would like a 700 or better. It's going to take some work, but I believe that I can do it if I'm consistent, and if I am disciplined, I can really make that happen. So that is another one of my goals. And I guess since we're talking about money first and foremost, I'll keep it all together. And another one of my goals related to money is I have a savings goal of $5,000 by the end of the year, just to kind of boost up my savings and really give me like a good healthy reserves for things that I'm trying to do in the coming years. And this is in addition to paying down debt. And so I have in my vision board how to save $5,000 in 52 weeks. Okay, so that is my reminder that this is where I want to be by the end of the year. I also want to live on a, I guess it's kind of a budgeting plan. It's a budgeting plan. I want to manage my money in such to where that I can pay down debt, save 10% of my income, tithe or give away or donate 10% of my income, and then live off of and pay down debt on the remaining 80% of my income. I did it not last year but the year before, and then last year I kind of fell back off the wagon, and I think that that really worked to keep a comfortable balance for me and my family, and my fiance and I really agree on that strategy. So that's something that we want to implement for this year as well. All right, so I think that's all of the shmoney talk. Kind of, there's one more. Moving into the next category is just like some career stuff, professional development stuff. Career wise, I want to be making a certain salary. I'm not going to put that number out there because there are people, you know, I don't need no bad vibes, but I do want to be making a certain salary, and so therefore looking for jobs that would pay that. But on the other side, just outside of my regular 9 to 5, I do want to start freelancing again. I think I mentioned that in my 2019 favorites video. I used to freelance, and after having Jenny, I completely stopped to focus on being a mom. But makeup is what I love to do. It's what I'm passionate about. I love seeing the faces on my clients or on my friends or whoever's makeup I'm doing. Just the joy that it brings, and just being able to be a part of making someone feel special for that day, that event, that moment. And I really want to do that more consistently. So one of my goals is to start freelancing again, to really build up my clientele and see where I can go with it and take it really seriously. And so in order to make that make sense, because I'm a numbers girl, there is a certain amount of money that I want to bring at home every single month just from doing makeup on the side. So I know that for that goal, since I'm starting all the way fresh in the Chicagoland area, that is probably not going to happen until the end of the year, if that. But I think it's attainable. I think it's something that I can do. I spent the last year kind of just like learning from other artists that are better than me, really humbling myself, taking classes, and just perfecting the craft. I'm not perfect, but I definitely have come a long way, and I'm really excited to start that back up. So I'll talk to you guys in a separate video about how I'm building my kit, the budget that I had set for my kit, what products did I buy. I'll probably do like a what's in my kit haul type of thing, and then dive into that then. But I'm really excited for that. So yeah, the money part is the number of I want to bring X amount of dollars each month just from doing makeup. Also corresponding to that is that I want to continue to invest in my craft. So there are a couple of other artists that I didn't get to take classes from last year because they're out of state, and so I would need to save up the money to go and take those classes from them. And so I want to do at least 2 of those trips this year. On a spiritual level, now that we've moved back to Chicago and we're no longer in Champaign, I need to find a church home. Like, my faith is really important to me, and being grounded in a church community, I know it's not for everyone, but it is for me. I really enjoy that aspect of it, and I just enjoy it. I just enjoy it. I don't really have an explanation. I just feel the need to be a part of a church home, and I want to expose my daughter to that. I don't know, you have to find your fit. Like, when you find your group at school, or you find your friends, you find your niche area, finding a church home, you have to find one that meshes with you, and it's really important that you feel a part of there. You can't just like pick one. I mean, you can, but that's a pretty significant part of my life, and so I want to make sure that whatever church I do join is a good fit for me and my family. And so yeah, that is one of the spiritual goals that I have this year. Another spiritual goal is literally just talking to God daily. I have a quote on my vision board, and it says, "She talked to God daily, and that's what made her lovely." How beautiful is that? Like, sometimes I think we can get so caught up in our lives that we leave him out, and it happens, you know, you're going and then you look up and it's been like, dang, when's the last time I really sat and did devotion? When's the last time I, you know, was in like good prayer, having good conversations? And I don't want it to get to the point where, you know, my life has to be in shambles or something has to be wrong for me to be in constant communication with God. I want it to be, if I'm going through something, I'm in communication with him, and if it's a season of blessing and prosperity and opportunity, I'm in a season of communication with him and just giving gratitude, because I wouldn't be here without him. So that is one of my big goals, and I have actually been doing really good at that. I've created a morning routine where I have my Bible, I have my prayer journal, and I have my gratitude journal. So first thing when I get up, those are the 3 things that I do. And I find when I do it first thing in the morning, it kicks off just a how do I say this, pattern, I guess, or the habit. It kicks off the habit of just talking through him throughout the day. I find myself literally about the smallest things, finding myself in prayer and communication with him about it. So I'm really, really enjoying that. I have a quote that says, "Peaceful mind, grateful heart." I used to suffer from really bad anxiety, and just my mind will always be running like a million miles a minute. Like, any problem, like I needed to have control over it, which doesn't leave much room for peace. When you feel like you have to control everything, you worry about everything. And so I have, in the last recent years, learned to dial that down and learn to just really trust on God's leading and understanding and his timing and his plan, and learning that, like, okay, Lindsay, you don't know all the answers, you don't have it all. And so sometimes I slip back into that, and then sometimes I'm doing really well and I can go through a test or go through a trial and not slip into that. And so I want to be more consistent with just having a peaceful environment around me, a peaceful mental space, and just having peace is really important to me. So that quote is also on my vision board for 2020. I want to go to Nigeria, guys. I am not Nigerian, I am Haitian, but I have just been watching people's stories every year for the last couple, well, not every year, the last couple of years in December, and it just looks so beautiful. My friend Rowlette, Jenny's godmother, went last year and she had an amazing time, and Tay and I just really want to go. So this December, God willing, hopefully we will be in Nigeria bringing in 2021. So that's really the extent of like the ideal trips that I have for the year, really. Other than that, I have some stuff about just eating a balanced diet. Since I have moved to Chicago and we're not quite fully settled yet, we find our eating habits are not as good, and so we want to get back on that ball, eat more healthy, and just get back to our best health. Yeah, so we just want to get back to our optimum health and just establishing a healthy diet. So I have a little picture and it says balanced diet on it. and then another picture that just says healthy lifestyle. And that for me means a healthy mental state, a healthy physical state, a healthy spiritual state, and then like healthy relationships and stuff like that around me. And so obviously that means eating better, working out, taking time in prayer, meditation, or just time for self-care, like just really taking care of myself are things that I want to focus on this year. And then, as I just mentioned, we are not fully settled as we've moved back to Chicago. It has been a really trying transition for us the last 6 months. And so we really want to get settled, which means we want to be able to get back in our own place. Ever since we've moved back home, we've been living with family. We currently live with my sister now, which is fine, but you know, my sister has her own family, her own husband. I have my fiance, we have Jenny. So it's just, we want to get settled in our place. We want to be able to build our own home and just really establish roots here. And so we are looking to do that in 2020, whether that be getting an apartment or getting a house. And then my last goal for 2020, oh no, I talked about that. I just have a fitness model to correspond with like getting in shape and all that stuff. My last goal from 2020 is related to my YouTube channel. As you guys know, your girl is new to YouTube, but I am really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying getting to know the few of you guys who've already subscribed to my channel, and I am looking forward to meeting more of you who will come in the future. And so by the end of the year, I have a subscriber goal of 2,000. I know that might seem far-fetched for some people, but I think that I could really make connection and hopefully really provide some benefit to you guys, or be, whether I'm just entertainment or give good advice or share great products. I really look forward to just providing value to you guys and hopefully learning from you guys as well. And we can create a community where we can grow together. And then I just have one of my favorite scriptures. As I mentioned, the last 6 months have been really trying, the latter half of 2019 for me and my family. And so a scripture that really helped me through that is James 1:12. And it says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." And that verse really held me through those last 6 months. And so I just kind of want to keep it and see it there as a reminder, because I don't know what 2020 will bring. Hopefully trial season is over. Hopefully we're stepping into the new season. But if we're not and God's work isn't done in that season yet, that's okay. But I just want to have that as a reminder. And so I put that on my vision board as well, just so I could keep that in, keep that mindset and keep pushing through until I make it through. So yeah, guys, those are my goals and kind of motivational quotes and aspirations for 2020. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to care and even watch this video. Let me know what your goals are, what you want to accomplish. If you feel comfortable in the comments, I would love to read it. You can shoot me a DM, hit me up on Instagram. We can talk about it. And yeah, looking forward to that. If you haven't already, if you enjoyed the content, go ahead, like, comment, or subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you'd like to see more videos like this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.